All right, man. So check it out. First thing with running, dude, is hydration, right? Like before you run ever, you want to be hydrated. Because if you're not hydrated, you're gonna have a real hard time. Okay. So I drink at least a gallon of water a day, but I'm also 6 foot tall, 160 pounds. You, I imagine, are much smaller, so you might not need a whole gallon in a day. You know. So, but that first and foremost, then you need to eat. I ate 6 hours ago. I haven't eaten in a while, but uh, I'm only going to, what am I doing? Walking out the door. I'm only going to run a mile, if that. Maybe I'll just run a mile. Let's go nice, slow, easy mile. And so I'll just do this, hold my phone, just talk. Got my Strava. So I use Garmin watch, and so this is cool. You just start the run, boom, like that. Start off. So I'm just gonna start real slow, and when I start, I think about my body mechanics. Okay, when my feet strike the ground, when my elbows are moving, when my posture is. I try to keep my chest up to the sky. You know, like there's a hook in my chest, pulling my chest up to the sky. Or across the street. Right now it says I'm 11:30 pace. Just going nice and slow, get it started, warm it up. And really, that's all I'm doing with my feet. Not going real fast. It's 12:30 pace. Still going slow. I just want to make sure that I can hang on. I'm not having to really work to talk. So I guess I could tell you about my feet. What I did to my feet. I ran a lot last year. I ran like 1,500 miles. And in July, what was it? Maybe it was June. It was the end of June, because we were going to Idaho for my son's wedding. And I think it was like the first week of July or something. And 3 days before we went to Idaho, me and my friend did this jumping jack challenge. And we did 5,100 jumping jacks. And it took us like an hour and 8 minutes. It was like really hard, right? And when we got done, I didn't really like know anything about like rolling my calves out, stretching them right, or anything like that. And like it was cool for like 2 days. And then on that third day, the pain just set in, and it was bad. I couldn't walk. I was really struggling. I was using my toothbrush holder to roll my calves out because I couldn't. They were so tight and locked up, it was nuts. And so then after that, I did, that was July, let's see, August. I don't remember if I ran any races in August or not. I definitely kept training, kept running. And then let's see, September, I ran a ruck race. It was a marathon race, and I had to have the minimum weight requirement's 30 pounds. So you have a 30-pound plate plus all your water, your food, and everything like that. So the pack weighs like 40 pounds or so, maybe 45 pounds. And you got to run a marathon with that thing on your back. So I did that race, and I got second place. And that's how I got that hydration vest, actually, because when you get top 3 in the race, they give you a free like $200 gift card for Nathan's gear. So anyway, I got that hydration vest for free. Should fit you. I imagine you're just a little guy. And my daughter, she's like 5 foot tall, 15 pounds or something. So I don't know if you're around that size. It fits her just right. I'll let you use it till you grow out of it. But anyway, so I did that race. It about killed me. It was tough. About as tough as you can imagine. Running 26 miles as fast as you can with 40 pounds on your back. It's pretty awful. And I don't remember how long it took me to do it. Like 6 hours, a little over 6 hours or something. Maybe it was over 7 hours. I don't remember. It was tough. It was hot. September in Texas is rough. So did that in September. Then October I ran a Spartan race, the Beast. So it was a half marathon with like 40 some obstacles. So I'm going 12:30 pace. I'm just holding that nice and slow, keeping conversation, not really breathing hard. So I ran that Spartan Beast. I actually placed really good in it. I think I got like in the top 10%, like 44th place out of 400 some people, which is pretty cool. And then so that was on October 22nd. Oh, let me think. Hold on. I have it backwards. I do have it backwards. I ran the Backyard Ultra. So I ran a 54-mile race October 22nd. Then I ran, I think, the Spartan the week after. So then that was October. Then November, I attempted a 100-mile race. So by the way, my calves are still locked up, right? While I'm doing all this, I never unlocked them on the 5,000 jumping jacks. And then in October, when I ran the Backyard Ultra, is when I started using a foam roller. And I didn't know how to use it, and I started using it wrong. And it smashed something in my back. And ever since that time, I've had this pain in my foot. This plantar fasciitis. And it is awful. I mean, that's terrible. It shut me down, bro. I was easily running like, you can go back and look at my Strava, dude. Like I said, I ran 1,500 miles last year. So I was running a lot every month. And I went from that to like, I've only ran like 250 miles this year so far. And we're in May. That's wild. That's wild. If I wouldn't have got hurt, my goal was to run 2,000 this year. But that ain't happening. So anyway, the plantar fasciitis stuff starts kicking in. And then I ran the Spartan race. And then I ran I attempted a 100-mile race. And it was wild. It was so hard. Made it 69 miles and had to tap out. I was throwing up blood. It was freaking awful. And then the month after that, I ran what's called the Bandera 100K. And so it's a 100-kilometer race with 8,000 foot of elevation gain. So it's pretty hilly, and it's all rocks. It's all trail. It was rough. That was the hardest race I've ever done. It took me like every bit of like 21, 22 hours to do it. And I was hurting when I got done, man. And so then I did that in December. And then after that, I was wrecked. And I was at a point where I couldn't really walk. And started kind of working it out, and then injured. Went and ran with my friends. It's called the Texas Independence Relay. And it's this race we run from Gonzales to Houston. It's 187 miles. We run as a team. And so I went and ran that, and I ran like 4 legs. They were all around like 4 miles each. And I was just in so much pain, man. So much pain. And I'm still in quite a bit of pain, but I feel I'm getting closer to fixing it. You know, it's like seeing a myofascial massage therapist. He's working on helping me get all my stuff put back in place. And then what's up, bro? Making sure I work out 4 or 5 days a week. A lot of calisthenics, a lot of pull-ups, a lot of push-ups, a lot of squats, a lot of stuff like that. And I've just been rehabbing this thing. And so through that, I've like corrected my posture. I changed my diet. My diet's like super on point. I eat really good. I take a ton of vitamins. Just trying to get myself back to where I can start running these long runs again. Because I miss it, dude. There's something about you're 40 miles deep in a run, you're by yourself on a trail, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, you can hear the coyotes and they're not far, and you're just out there and you're like, this is freaking incredible. You get a little headlight and you hear the crunch of the rocks, crunch, crunch, crunch as you're running. There's nobody around, and it's just like, man, this is amazing. It's so hard, you're in so much pain. It's terrible, but it's amazing at the same time. But yes, this is pretty much what you're looking for. It's nice and slow, easy. So I think about my body mechanics. A lot of videos you can watch of like proper running form. And if you keep good form, your body will work for you. If you have bad form, your body will work against you. And then you're gonna be burning energy that you don't need to be burning. You know what I'm saying? So our bodies are aligned a certain way. So if you think of this like mechanically, like if it was a robot and the robot's batteries were gonna run out, but if you aligned it perfectly, the batteries would last a little bit longer. You wanna think of something like that, I suppose. All right. Yeah. $12.15 pace, easy money. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, I don't know, man. I found myself on this journey, like starting off not really knowing nothing, getting out there and screwing it up, and then figuring out how to do it through that. That's always just kind of been my process of everything in life, you know. And you know, this was no different, you know. I was trying to run ultras before my body was ready for it. I didn't really know anything about recovery or stretching or yoga, breathing, sleep, how important sleep is for recovery, hydration, and just everything. There's so much stuff. Like I'm dumping all this knowledge on you. Then I find out you're like 12 years old. Teaching a 12-year-old, my cousin's kid, how to run ultras. He's like, yeah, probably. Thanks a lot, man. Sorry, I didn't know. I thought he was much older. I said it's even more impressive, you know. 12-year-old kid out here trying to do this, trying to gain some knowledge, and it's like, that's just, man, to me that's wild. I don't see too many kids doing it, you know. So keep going, man. Just keep going. Even when it sucks, like especially when it sucks. And it's like you got all this energy right now and you're like, yeah, I want to go run every day. It's gonna come a day and you look at your shoes and you're like, dude, not today. And you have to start figuring out how to talk yourself into it. And it's tough, man. It's tough. It's easy to do it when you want to do it, but can you do it when you don't want to do it? You know, when you're hurting, sore, tired. That's why that 4x4x48 challenge is so good. Because it's like it teaches you how to push through adversity, because there's a lot of adversity there. You know, you're sleep deprived. You only get, you know, you figure it takes you 40 minutes to run 4 miles at a 10-minute pace. And you're running a bunch of them, so maybe you're running at a 12-minute pace. So that's 48 minutes. And then you get, man, I'm gonna keep going. I might run another mile. I feel good. We're going so slow, I don't even feel it. It's 12 minutes. Look at this. I could sing a song. I could rap, if I could rap. No, it's, what the heck was I saying? I don't know, I don't remember. Shoes, yeah, when you don't want to do it. That's, yeah, it gets tough sometimes. I don't know, man, like, what I found with myself was, I would run and then, like, be like a mile in, and it would, like, hurt real bad, and I'd be like, shit, well, I gotta stop because I'm injured, or it sucks, or whatever, right? But then, one time, I just kept going. And I got to like 2 miles, 2.5 miles, and like all the pain I was in went away. I was like, oh, that's weird. And I ended up running like 8 miles that day. And I was like, dude, all right, new rule. You don't get to even think about quitting until you're 2 miles in. And that's kind of been my rule, you know? It's like, just to kind of get me to stay motivated to do it. Yeah, man. Slow 12:30 pace. I don't usually ever keep a 12:30 pace, but I really haven't been running much lately because I've been rehabbing my foot, which sucks. Been in so much pain since October. It's like my buddy's like, bro, why don't you just go get this surgery? You go in there, you're out in 10 minutes, all the pain's gone. It's like, yeah, I could do that. But then like, what caused all the pain in the first place, you know? Like, should we like try to tackle that? So I haven't done that. And I've been approaching it from a standpoint of, I think I can correct it through putting my body back where it's supposed to be. And I've gotten a lot of improvement. I'm like super close. I'm probably like 70% of the way back to 100%, which is wild to think about because a few months ago I was like 20%, maybe tops. Like it's like I would run and it would take me 3 days to recover from it. Like I couldn't get the pain out of my feet for 3 days. And then the pain never actually went away. It just became manageable. And it was like, okay, this sucks. We gotta do something different. Oh man. I like running in this neighborhood. We sold our house a couple years ago and moved over here. And we own a couple businesses. And my wife, we just opened a store in town here. We live like 5 minutes from the store. It's pretty cool. And then I have a company. We're in the process of closing it down for 7 years. I got me a nice gig at one of my customers offered me a really nice job. So decided to take it while I figure out what I want to do next. Because I'm 41. My youngest is 17. So my wife and I are about to be empty nesters, which I had no idea was even a thing until somebody said to me like, oh, you're an empty nester. And I was like, what the heck is that? When your kids move out. Whoa, yeah. How come nobody's talking about this? It's pretty amazing actually, but it's cool. But yeah, now it's like I don't have a whole family I gotta like provide for, so it's like shit, maybe I can go do what I want to do. I could get paid for running, but I'm just not good enough. Oh man. It is a nice neighborhood. We were running yesterday. Did I run yesterday? Yeah, with my friend. We're over in that neighborhood, like it's nothing but hills. So we only ran like 6 miles. We got like 900 foot of elevation gain, which is pretty cool. Yeah, man. So that's pretty much it, dude. Nice little rhythm, nice little pace, core's engaged, posture's good, shoulders pulled back, chest to the sky. When I strike my feet, it's like my buddy Simon taught me, like, I think like every step is perfect. So like when you step, every step is perfect. So if you think about placement of your foot, when you strike your foot on every step, after a while it becomes natural, but it's like it makes you better how you strike your feet. It's running on the road, it's not as crucial, but trail running, where we run, like you can't just like mindlessly run. You're doing high level problem solving on these trails. You're trying to keep like a 9-minute pace, running up and down these hills, and there's roots and rocks and cliffs and crap everywhere. It's so much fun, but it's also like every step has to be perfect because it has bad consequences if it's not. Yeah. This lady right here, I think it's this house. Oh no, it's the house, right? The truck in the driveway. It's the best cheesecake on the planet. And I'll fight anybody who wants to argue. Nah, she makes this special for me on my birthday by special request. Apple pie cheesecake. This is the most amazing thing I've ever had in my life. Yeah, dude, it's so good. So she made me one for my last birthday and the year before. It's so good. I don't know what my wife pays for it, but it's worth every penny. So now we got a hill. So the rest of my run is uphill. You can't really tell, but I promise it's uphill. It's the same thing here. I'm just gonna chug along. And if I'm not talking, I'm gonna get myself where my breathing is locked up. And one thing I do, which is kind of terrible, but I can run forever like this. So I'll get my breathing locked up with my feet. This is what I do before I would run with my breathing focused. And I can just stay here forever. I'm not gonna do it to bore you with all that was like a 10-minute pace I got up to. And they just keep going. I can get all the way down to like in the 7s. But if you can control your breathing, keep your heart rate low, that's the better way to do it. What I was doing was cheating the system. You'll only get so far like that. It's not the right way to do it, but it's fun. But it's like, not the right way. You want to work on your breathing, build up slowly. And even then, man, running a hill and I was just keeping that pace, and it's still like the breathing is under control, even as I talk. Yep. And then you just keep doing it over time, and you'll get better and better. You're still growing too, man. You're so young. So I don't know, a lot of that stuff that I told you might not apply. You know, like might have to wait a couple of years before you start. I don't know anything about younger people taking in protein or what, you know what I mean? I know everybody needs protein, but I don't know what. Like, I can't be telling you what to eat. That's kind of like your parents should be doing, you know. I don't want to interfere on that. There's a rabbit. So as far as like what you're eating, I don't know any science about young people and running long distances. I just know about older people running long distances. So you might want to look into, I don't know. There's a lot of cool podcasts out there. I'm sure you could find one that focuses on young teenagers and trying to get into long distance running. Like there might be some cons about that. Like you might want to hold off, you know what I mean? Like I might be giving you some bad advice here, dude. So anyway, that's 1.88, man. We'll keep going. Back at my house. Get 0.12 more. Yeah. How long is this video? 20 something minutes. Yep, easy money. So if you keep your breathing under control, you can go a lot farther. The other thing too, man, if you start feeling your muscles like locking up when you're running, you can like stop and stretch too, if you need to. Especially if you've been running for a little while and you'll have some blood flowing through all that stuff. It'll be easier to get a good stretch in once you're warm. A lot of guys, what they'll do before they run a race, they'll run 1 or 2 miles before they run the race. Get that out of the way. The blood all flowing, get loose, get ready. And then when they start the race, they take off quick. Me, I'm always just like, I start off slow. I start off in the 12:30s, and then I'll pick it up as I go and move my way up. If I'm running a half marathon, I could keep like a sub 8-minute pace for a half marathon, but I can't go much farther than that. That's like all out. And that's doing it with the breathing that I was just showing you. That's not good. But that's about the max I can do like that. Oh, yeah, man, that's it. 2 miles. Pretty much held a conversation the whole way. Breathing not too erratic. Let's see. 12:30, still chilling there. Easy money, dude. There you go. I'm gonna upload this on YouTube, and I'll just text you the link. It's going live. I'll stop it. Yeah, man. Good little run. Good little run.